second virgin that I ever had. By the way, the first virgin that I had was one of my best friends who I forced into doing this and told her, hey, in 4 days you're going to be doing stand-up. She's off in New York, but please give it up for Lily Rains. She's the love of my life, and she would have been here if she could have been. But instead, I get you my second virgin. No, I'm kidding. Now I need to tell you, so his daughter is one of my close friends, and I met him. He is an oncologist at Cedars, and he's saving lives all the time. And he's one of the most extraordinary personalities you've ever met. In my first time ever walking in, have you ever been to a room where people are getting chemotherapy? And they're all in, like, couched in, and they're stuck in there, and you want to, like, cry till you die? He showed me on the first time I ever saw a room like that, and it took my breath away. And then he entered with an accordion and sang to his patients, who, I guess that was better than the chemo. He's amazing. He's a wonderful person. I'm lucky to know him and his family. A very warm welcome to Dr. Aaron Bick.
Hello, my name is Aaron Bick, and today I feel like Madonna. You know, like a virgin. 2 years ago, I was the sacrificial virgin at this very venue. And I guess you can say today is my second coming. The truth is, virginity is essentially mind over matter. If he doesn't mind, then it doesn't matter. And I want to thank Nicole for having the testicles to invite me back. I'm a medical oncologist, and as Nicole told you, I give intravenous infusions. This is what it looks like. This, by the way, is like a Myers cocktail, so if you have any hangovers at the end of the show, we can help out. While they're being infused, I sing to them, I play the accordion, I dance, and I tell jokes. So I got some practice about what I'm doing tonight.
Glasses.
Yeah, so I brought a few props with me to show you what it is that, to show you how I do my craft. This is a stethoscope, and as everyone knows, doctors must listen to their patients. So this is a stethoscope to help me hear you better, my dear. This is a pole, an IV pole, and I brought it to show you a little bit of pole dancing. A little bit of, tell you a little jokes about some polls, and also, even though I took this poll, I really don't care about your political opinion. Anyway, so thank you all for coming. I usually get to practice my comedy in front of an audience which is literally tethered and are literally captive. So this is an opportunity to do it with a totally free and liberated audience, and I thank you for coming. And especially since you already paid at the door, you're welcome to leave at any time. Most people don't really understand what I do, so in short, the short version is that I treat people in vain, literally. What I do is I perform controlled poisoning, really. And when they're almost dead, I resurrect them. And to think I'm not even Catholic. In my specialty, there's a lot of fear, and fear creates mistrust. Asking for co-payment, for example, sends mistrust through the roof. A lot of patients think that doctors are like God, and as far as they know, God never charges a copay, so they don't get it. Also, many people think I went back on my Hippocratic oath because I do charge for my services, and they think that the Hippocratic oath actually says that doctors are supposed to render the time for free. The implication, the other side of this, is that if a doctor charges you for his services, he obviously is not a very good doctor. And if you take that logic to conclusion, then I'm a great comedian because tonight's gig I'm doing for free. Mistrust works both ways, and there are doctors, many times, many situations where doctors do not trust patients. The classic example is, if she's absolutely, positively, 100% certain that she's not pregnant, you get a pregnancy test. One of my favorite lies, if you wish, in my office is that very obese patient who swears to me that, "Doc, I don't eat nothing." And I'm sure she's telling the truth, but she's referring to her time when she's sleeping. Another great lie is that 70-plus-year-old man with a documented low testosterone level who somehow starts bragging about how he's able to perform twice a night. Like a former president, this guy probably has a problem with the definition of the word sex. Mistrust is actually sometimes beneficial as it leads to second opinions. And the greatest second opinion around is Dr. Google. It's been a wonderful source of referrals for me because after patients get all confused by what they read or misread, they come generally running, asking for me to interpret what it really means. And I guess that does make me more godlike because now I have become the higher authority. And the funny thing is, I am a Hebrew national. Pharmaceutical companies also are a great source of mistrust or trust. And the funniest one that I saw, but it's worth repeating even if you've heard it, is the Viagra commercial that claims that you're prone to get a 4-hour erection. Right. You know, you should be so lucky. From Pfizer's mouth to God's ear. But if you do get such a situation, you should call your doctor right away. Again, you're not going to call your doctor, you're going to call your friends, because now you just got your bragging rights. And of course, the best one is, got to trust your politicians, and that brings us to Obamacare and that oxymoronic Affordable Care Act. So in tribute to this show, especially for the show, I have come up with a poem which may be misconstrued or taken inappropriately, but I'd like to read to you anyways. Obama is a stand-up comic who makes jokes as he lies. His healthcare plan will help achieve the private care's demise. Those who are rich will still opt out and get their care of choice, but with Obamacare, most folks will lose their healthcare voice. As every citizen here knows, good options come with dough, and you can find you can fool most of the folks because most folks don't know. Obamacare is nothing more than merely an illusion to make us think we got health care while we're left in confusion. And so we're going to pay more for care that's not the best, which proves Obama is like me. He likes to joke and jest. Thank you for coming.
He's leaving me. This is now just here permanently. We don't rehearse in this show. It just happens. Do you mind if I talk about you, Dr. Kwana, real quick? Is that okay? This is special. So Dr. Bick, who you just had the pleasure of getting to meet, he has another oncologist in his office, Dr. Alex Juana. Hello. And it was really cute because back when I had Dr. Bick, while I'm telling the story, hold on. If you want, I'm going to fill out your little raffle right now, and I'm going to have Art come by and collect them while you hear the story. You can come back and win. If you give me your email, you'll get one email a month, and then you can come back to the show, but someone's going to win a lot of free tickets to the show. All right, so fill that out. Art, do you mind coming around real quick? All right, Art's coming around. He'll collect those. But what I want to tell you is about, so Dr. Bick performed the very first time, right? A couple years ago. And 9 months later, wasn't it? I go into the office, you don't even know what I'm going to say, so you're like, I don't know, what's your timeline? I go into Dr. Bick and Dr. Kawana's office, I walk in, and he sees me and he goes, oh, Nicole, you know that show that you had Dr. Bick do 9 months ago or something like that? I said, yeah. He goes, it was amazing. Like, he did something that is the scariest thing ever, and it motivated me to face my biggest fear, and I need to tell you about that. And I was like, oh my God, what was it? And he was like, and he was, how do I say it nicely? You were like puffy, like you were like a full, right? And he said, I always had this dream to be a bodybuilder. And how much weight did you lose?
For the show, 45 pounds.
45 pounds. This show motivated Dr. Kawana to become a bodybuilder, and he competed and was amazing. So, who's saving lives now? You're welcome, Dr. Kawana. I'm going to bill you for that. All right, so did we collect our things? Is that happening? We're coming around.